Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports with another football video, and today I'm going over my predictions for Week 14 in the NFL. I go over my predictions every single week, and I know that the Tuesday night game has not played yet, but I'm still going to go over my Week 14 predictions. So, yeah, let's get right into it. But first, I want to show you that annoying graph that everyone hates. So yeah, only 14% of you are subscribed, so if you're not subscribed, make sure to do that because it really helps the channel and I would really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get into this video. To start off this week of football, we are starting off with Thursday night football. That is Patriots-Rams. And the New England Patriots, who are my home team, have had a rough season this year. We start off 2-5, but in the last few games, we've advanced to 6-6. We are 4-1 in the last 5 games. The Rams, on the other hand, are 8-4. They're having a very good season. So, in this game, the reason why I have the Patriots over the Rams is because in the last 5 games, we've beaten the Cardinals and we've beaten the Ravens. Both of those teams are possibly or likely playoff teams. We also just shut out the Chargers 45-0. They haven't lost to any other team by more than 10 points the entire season. And yeah, the Jets and the Texans games existed. But the fact of the matter is the Patriots are coming up, and we know the Rams offense. We played the Rams offense a couple years ago in the Super Bowl, and I think Belichick will definitely have remembered that game enough for us to plan and prepare for the Rams. Unlike us, the Rams don't have that luxury. We have a completely different offense. It's completely separate from what our Super Bowl offense was, and I think that will give us the advantage. I think this will be a very defensive game. I think it will be a very close game. And I think that low to mid 20s, both teams will be in the low to mid 20s for their score. So my score prediction is 24-23. For the 1 o'clock games, we have Bucks, Vikings, Chiefs, Dolphins, Cardinals, Giants, Broncos, Panthers, Titans, Jaguars, Texans, Bears, and Bengals, Cowboys. I have the Bucks beating the Vikings 34-27. This is a playoff game. This game will likely it won't likely decide, but it will likely have a great influence on which one of these two teams makes it into the playoffs if the Cardinals end up getting a spot. So this game will be very important. I think the Buccaneers will clutch up and get on top because Tom Brady, that's what he does in those situations. So I think that the Bucks will win 34-27. Titans, Jaguars, I have the Titans winning 31-17. There's not really much to be said there. The Jaguars have had some close games in the past couple weeks, so if they can have a close game, I wouldn't be surprised. But 31-17, I think, is a fair estimate for how that game will go. Chiefs, Dolphins, I have the Chiefs winning 27-20. The Dolphins have a strong team. They're 8-4. The Chiefs are 11-1, and I think that the Chiefs just have the advantage here. Their offense is much stronger than the Dolphins, and their defense is. The Dolphins' defense is stronger, but the Chiefs' defense is nothing to scoff at. So I think that the Chiefs will put up quite a few points in the Dolphins, and the Dolphins' offense won't really be able to recover enough from an initial setback. And I think that 27-20, or maybe even 27-17, is a fairly accurate score for that game. As we move on, Broncos-Panthers, I have the Broncos winning 21-17. I think that the Broncos are a better team than their record shows. They've played some really good teams really tough. They've also beaten some good teams like the Patriots and the Dolphins. And they almost beat the Chiefs last week. So I think that the Broncos are a strong team. The Panthers, on the other hand, have only won 1 game in the past, 7 weeks, I think. That's not 100% accurate. Don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. Maybe 1 in the last 5. So the Broncos are steadily getting a little bit better. The Panthers are steadily declining. And I think that the Broncos are going to take those dub in that game, 21-17. Texans-Bears, I have the Texans winning 28-17. I think that the Bears are just getting worse and the Texans are just getting better. Similar to the Broncos-Panthers. The Bears have won 1 game in the last 6 games, just like the Panthers. And I can't see the Bears winning that. The Texans' offense is too strong and the Bears' offense is too weak. 28-17. As for Cardinals-Giants, I have the Cardinals winning 24-21. I think that the Cardinals have a major advantage in this. The Giants, I'm not dissing the Giants. The Giants are playing good football. They're 5-7, the Cardinals are 6-6. These two teams are both very mediocre teams. I think the Cardinals have played better throughout the season, But considering the Giants have won their last 4 games in a row, I would not be surprised if the Giants were to take this victory from the Cardinals because they're fighting for their playoff. They're fighting for their playoff berth. The Cardinals are too, and the funny thing is that if the Giants win this game, then they will also be ahead of them in the playoff race. Even though, for the wild card, I know that we haven't been talking about the NFC East and the wild card the entire season, so it would be interesting to see the Giants win this. And last but not least, we have Bengals Cowboys. I think the Bengals are going to win this 17-14. There's not really much to be said there. They're not great teams, but I think the Bengals have the advantage. Moving on, we have the 4 o'clock games. 4 o'clock, we have Colts Raiders. I have the Colts winning 30-20. I think that the Colts are improving. The Raiders are loosening up in their play, and I think that the Colts should take that game, threatening the Raiders' playoff chances. We also have Seahawks Jets at 4 o'clock, and the Seahawks are coming off of a bad loss. They're going to want to come back from it. The Jets have 0 wins. I think the Seahawks are going to completely destroy the Jets in this matchup, 31-14. Packers-Lions, have the Packers winning 28-17. The Lions are a very weird team. They won their first game without Matt Patricia. I don't really know what to think about them, but I know what to think about the Packers, and I think the Packers should win this game. If the Lions do win this game, then it will be interesting to look at the playoff situation, especially if the Giants were to win their matchup. But right now, I think the Packers have the advantage in this game, 28-17. Falcons-Chargers, I have the Falcons winning 38-35. The Chargers are going to want revenge, or they're going to want to have a good game after the loss to the Patriots, 45-0. And I think that 38-35, the Chargers are going to make an effort to win this game. But the Falcons' offense is going to play phenomenally, just like the Chargers' offense. It's going to be a high-scoring game on both sides of the football. I think the Falcons are going to come out with the victory, advancing the Chargers to 3-10. For Niners football team, I have the Niners winning 30-28. I think this is going to be a close game. I think the football team definitely has a chance of winning, though. The football team has an easier win this week, I believe, than the Giants. I think that the Niners are easier than the Cardinals. And Washington will definitely want to take advantage of this if they want to advance to if they want to continue being the division leader. And I think that a game against the Niners 30-28 is a pretty decent game for them, and I think they could win that as well. And last but not least, we have Saints-Eagles. I have the Saints winning 24-13 over the Eagles. Whether or not Drew Brees is playing for the Saints, I don't see the Saints losing this. The Eagles keep getting worse, and the Saints have been playing phenomenally even without Drew Brees. So, I have the Saints winning 24-13. Moving on to Sunday Night Football, we have Bills-Steelers. And I was predicting this before. I predicted this before last night's game when the Steelers lost to the Washington football team. I was thinking the Bills would give the Steelers their first loss, 28-27. I still think that they'll beat them. I think that the Bills have a strong team, and I think that the Steelers have a strong team as well. But I think that Buffalo is going to come out with the victory here. Their offense and their defense are both very good. Same with the Steelers. I don't really know what to say here because both of these teams are very similar. They play very similarly. Their offenses are similar. The Bills might be a little bit better. Their defenses are similar, but the Steelers is, I think, a decent amount better than the Bills' defense. And I think that that's something the Bills need to overcome. And I think that if the Bills win this, it's a high-scoring game. If the Steelers win this, it's a low-scoring game. And I think that that's the bottom line. And I think that it's going to be a high-scoring game, and the Bills are going to win. And last but not least, we have Wednesday Night Football. That is Monday. This was from last week. It's Browns-Ravens. I have the Browns winning 31-24. I have jumped on the Browns bandwagon this past week after their win against the Titans, and I think that they're going to win against the Ravens again this week. I think that 31-24 is a pretty fair score. Lamar Jackson's still not going to be 100% after his bout with COVID, and the Browns are getting healthier by the day. They're also getting stronger. They're a young team. They're meshing together. The Ravens are also a young team, but this season has been going considerably worse than last season for them. Whatever it ends up being tomorrow, the Ravens will either be 6-6 or they'll be 7-5. I think after this game they'll either be 6-7 or 7-6. and the Browns are definitely going to win this game. They have momentum from the Tennessee game, and the Ravens have had COVID, so I think that's going to hurt them. So make sure to let me know whether or not you agree or disagree. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment down below what you guys want to see for future videos and what your thoughts are on my predictions. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.